Hey guys, Bryan, right? Hope you're doing well. I received an email this week, and it kind of reminded me of some topics we talked about in the past, but I want to remind you of some things. The email stated, I'm looking to buy a home using VA financing. Isn't the seller supposed to pay the closing costs? The answer to that, because of the word suppose or required, is no. They're not supposed to pay the closing costs. They're not required to pay the closing costs. However, it is a negotiable item. In some markets, kind of like Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Jacksonville, North Carolina, it is not uncommon. In fact, it's more common than not that the seller is going to pay those closing costs, but they're not required to. Now, closing costs are actually, the total closing costs are broken down two categories. You have your standard closing costs, appraisals, attorneys, things on that line. But you also have prepaid items. Prepaid items are your homeowners, the 12 months that you pay in advance, your escrow account setting up your homeowner's insurance, your taxes, county, city taxes setting up for homeowner's insurance, as well as your interim interest, the number of days left in the month from the time that you close. So those are actually called prepaid items. Those combined equal a total closing cost. So let me share with you what VA says on this that the seller can pay. Because remember, there are certain products out there that the seller is going to be capped at a certain amount that they can pay. On VA loans, they can pay all of the normal closing costs, plus an additional 4% that can be applied in a few areas. It can be applied to your prepaid items, interim interest, the homeowner's insurance, 12 months prepaid, setting up the escrow accounts for the homeowner's insurance taxes. It can be applied to that. It also can be applied, if there's enough there, to pay off a debt to help qualify. It can be used to go towards the VA funding fee for people who are non-disabled veterans. If you receive any type of VA disability, VA is not going to charge you a funding fee. If they charge you a funding fee, it can be financed or paid in cash. And that portion of those monies, the 4%, can be used to help pay towards the VA funding fee. And I did verify this with VA Direct, and I got it in writing. It can also be used towards down payment. So let me try and help make this make sense. The seller can pay all the closing costs as long as, depending on that purchase price, 4% of that purchase price can go on top of the closing cost to go towards prepaids, eliminating debt, VA funding fee, or money for down payment. I hope that makes sense. So not required, you can negotiate it in, and I hope that you do negotiate it in. I appreciate you watching this today. If you have questions, email me, guys. BeWright@unionhomemortgage.com. Would love to have that conversation with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.